Today is March 31st. That means it's time for a monthly update. Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me for another monthly update. This one for the month of March, third month of the year already, going into the fourth. Wild. Seems like things are moving and grooving. But here we are, living, surviving. March was pretty simple for me. I didn't do a lot aside from spend most of it on a ship. But we'll talk about that in a minute. First of all, happy Easter. If you celebrate Easter, today is that day. So happy Easter to you and everyone around you that celebrates. Easter was usually pretty special for me. I always really liked Easter. It means it's close to my birthday, and my grandma and I would, and my sister and cousins, we'd all decorate Ukrainian Easter eggs, which is a more involved process. It's not just dip, those little plastic or wire spoons, dip, dip, dip. No, it's not this, okay? Very involved process. You'd like decorate the egg with wax, and then you would dip it in a light color or light color, and then you cover some more of the egg in wax and then move it to a darker color. It's a wild process, okay? I was terrible at it. My grandmother was great at it. I always loved decorating eggs. Didn't get to do it this year, but hopefully next year we'll get back on track and make some more ugly eggs, and I'll have pictures to show you. I might include some of the pictures from last year's eggs here just so you can see what I'm talking about. But happy Easter is the point of that little tangent. As I've already mentioned, I've spent a good portion of this month on the Virgin Valiant Lady. That's the ship I'm currently on. I've been performing in the Manor, my 45-minute show, and then I've been lucky enough to have a guest spot in the variety show, It's a Ship Show. I love doing It's a Ship Show. I used to do it when I first was getting booked on Virgin, and then they stopped for a little while because I had all the acts they needed, and then this contract, they started to bring me back, so that's really fun. I'm doing a new routine, courtesy of my friend Oscar. I did steal it from him. But I sent him a clip of it, and he seemed fine with me taking the trick and kind of making it my own presentation. So that's the trick I'm doing in a ship show. And I'm here until the end of May, so I will continue to perform that trick. Might switch it up here and there just to keep things fresh, but it's been nice to be in a ship show again. I love being in It's a Ship Show. You get to meet all kinds of cool people, the other artists that are in the show as well. And it's just a fun little thing to do in the evening because I have nothing else to do. I'm here working, so put me to work. That's what I say.
Our next act, he comes to us all the way from Calgary, Canada. He has dazzled many like on Facebook, Google, and even Twitter. But he's here for us tonight. And the only thing better than his tricks is his incredible mustache. Everyone, let's give it up for Ben Price!
There's Caroline, yes? Well, okay, you spoke perfect English to me just then, so I feel like that's not a great excuse, Caroline. She's like, I don't speak any English, I'm so sorry. Perfectly spoke English. And Felicia, you're both single. So sorry. Are you on the apps? No, not on the apps. Yeah, they're garbage anyway. We're gonna do a little experiment here tonight. Okay, a little magic experiment to see if you're compatible. So it's like a little magic first date thing. Well, that's okay. Yeah, it's all fine. What we'll do is, Felicia, you're gonna pick a card, and then you're gonna put it back in the deck. And then I'm gonna see if Caroline can find the same card. And if she does, maybe you kiss a little bit. You ready? All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Felicia, just say stop for me somewhere. Somewhere in the deck would have been good. Or finger it, but sure, lovely. Take the card. It's good. Have a look. Don't show Caroline, but have a look. Show some other people. It's good. And now put it back in the deck. Put it back. Okay, so Caroline can't see it. Lovely. You remember it though. Okay. Caroline, take a card and then hold it against yourself. Don't show it just yet. Okay. That one. Don't show it just yet. Felicia, come up here just a little bit. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna count to 3. Caroline's gonna turn the card over. If it's right, I want you to go, yes, that's right. Maybe we kiss. If it's wrong, I want you to go, no, that's wrong, and that's why you're still alone. You have to. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay. I changed your mind very quickly. Caroline, you ready? 1, 2, 3. That's right. Is she right? Yeah. No one applauded over here, so you're lying. So say it. Say it to her. That's why you're still okay. I'm so sorry. I know, I'm so sorry. So she almost cried then when you said that. Here, I'd like to give you one more chance. Could you draw the card? Just so maybe Caroline has something to like attach to, you know? So if I hand you a marker and a card, you can draw the card. Okay? So draw out the card, just so Caroline has something to picture in her mind. Caroline, hold your hands out nice and flat. I'm gonna, together, beautifully done. I'm gonna put cards in your hand one by one. When you get the urge that it's the same card, don't show Caroline. Don't show. When you get the urge, just say stop, okay? Just say stop whenever you feel like it. When she feels like it. That one here? No, keep going, okay. This one. Do you want that one or the one I was about to put down? This one here. I'm going to take these. Hang on to that. Don't show it just yet. Are you done? Can I take a pen? No, don't show carrot. Jesus, Felicia. So simple. Don't show anyone in your life. Okay. In a moment, we're going to count to 3. You're both going to turn your cards around, okay, to show each other if they match. If they do. Yeah. What? You don't understand? It's fine. 1, 2, 3. A perfect match for Joy Diamonds! Round of applause for Caroline and Felicia. You can thank you. My name's Ben. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Come on, everybody, let's make some noise for Big Prize!
My first 2 weeks of the contract, I actually wasn't alone. There was another magician, Nick Paul, who, if you remember from my last monthly update, was one of 4 magicians on board at the time. But one of them went home. It was just us 2 left over, as well as Andy the Charmer, who is a crew member here, so he's always here. But Nick asked if I'd want to go and do the illusion that he usually does with his wife, Kristen. She had to go home, so he wasn't performing the illusion, and he thought, hey, Ben's a magician, let's get him to do it. So we performed that illusion. It was really fun. I was lucky enough to be invited to participate in Nick's show, and I felt very honored. So thank you, Nick, for inviting me to do that. Right in the middle of the month, they sent me home for a week. I got to go home for a week, and during that time, I met up with some friends and family. We went down to Lethbridge. I visited my grandma. I always like to visit my grandma when I get home for a little while. I saw my parents and my sister as well. We went and had some dinner with my grandma. We chatted because you were only there for a day. Tori came with me this time, and she had to go back to work, and I had to pack and prepare to come back to the ship, so we could only do a day in Lethbridge, but it was nice to see my grandma and my parents and my sister. When we got back to Calgary, we did meet up with some friends. We saw Tom and Tennille for some oysters and tacos, which was really nice. We had a nice evening with them. The next night, Tori had something else to do for work, but I got to meet up with Keith and Erica, 2 people that I met on the Fringe circuit many years ago. Keith has a really amazing show called Tomatoes Tried to Kill Me, but Banjo Saved My Life. And if you're wondering what that show's about, the title explains it perfectly, okay? It's a show Keith wrote about his journey through a diagnosis and how he handled it, and his time going through all of this, as well as learning to play the banjo. It's a really cool show. If you ever get the chance to see it, watch for it or follow it on Instagram. Tomatoes Tried to Kill Me. I think it is on Instagram. I'll put the handle on there somewhere because I might be wrong about it during the time I'm recording this. But it's a really cool show, and they took me out for dinner. Keith is always so generous, and the last time he was in Calgary, he took me out for a nice dinner as well. So it's always nice to see Keith. Always nice to catch up with Erica. We do talk on Instagram all the time, but it's different, you know? It's nice to see people in person every once in a while. So that was a nice thing too. When I got back to the ship, because I was only home for a week, as I've mentioned, flew back and I got to meet Matt Wright, who is a comedian also from Canada. Kind of cool. He's never been on Virgin before, so I've been showing him around all the things that you can do and eat. the food on Virgin is really good. So I've been sending him to all the places. He played dodgeball. I got to go film. I love watching dodgeball on board. It's a wild time. I can't even explain it. It's wild. But he went and played, and I went and filmed a little bit for him so he could send it to his wife to show her that he's working hard. He's doing stuff and working hard on board. But he didn't have an intro, so I volunteered my voice acting skills to go and do Matt Wright's intro. So if you ever see Matt, if you're in Canada or abroad, he gets around. Check him out. He's a really funny guy, super nice. Obviously, he's Canadian, and it was nice to meet him. So thank you, Matt, for letting me be involved in your show as well as your voiceover intro. That's about it for March. Pretty easy month for me. I've been spending all of it minus that 1 week on a ship, so not a lot to do aside from perform the shows that they want me to perform. But that is a nice way to spend a March, you know? Good way to ease into spring. Thanks so much for joining me for this monthly update. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. It really helps me out. And we'll see you in April.